Hey y'all, 333. Y'all read the title, and if you've been on the internet, you already know what's going on. Okay. So, excuse my slightly hectic energy at the time when I'm recording this. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj just got off the internet going for blow, going low for blow, going for blood. No shoes, okay? They went to hell. This is the nighttime tweets where Cardi threatening to fight Nicki, and kids really got brought up this time. Cardi called Nicki's son slow. Nicki called Cardi's, how Cardi's daughter is her name is Culture, called her a culture vulture, or was this is after that. So excuse my little frantic energy, but if y'all saw what happened, y'all know why. Okay. So, child, I keep getting the death card and the Hierophant card. I'm actually not about to read on, it's connected to it, but I'm actually going to read on, well, y'all read the title. Y'all know what I'm reading on, so let's just get into it. So, in the midst of the earlier fight of the Monday night, September 29th fight, that fight, online dispute, consisted of Nicki mocking Cardi's album sales. Because if you guys remember, if you guys follow it, I don't know if you do, but let me catch you up to speed. Earlier in the year, I think it was earlier this year, Cardi was saying her this album that just came out, was going to outsell. And so she said that on Twitter Spaces a long time ago, or some time ago, in recent enough memory, but it's kind of like months ago. But Cardi was saying she was going to outsell and that people were going to be crying in the car. Nicki standing in her power and going blow for blow. So basically, I guess as a continuation of that, everybody waited until the first week albums sales were counted for Cardi, and I think Cardi did really good, but it didn't outsell Nicki. And so Nicki was kind of just basically on Twitter basically whacking her for that, like, oh, you thought you was gonna outsell me, ABCD, the whole little ABCD thing, that ABCDG letter alphabet thing that Cardi was doing on her album, on one of the songs. Maybe it was Magnet, it was one of them. Either way, after that, seemingly late last night, a phone call gets leaked of Cardi B crashing out on Ice Spice, and within this 2.5 minute leaked video of this recorded phone call, Cardi kept calling Latto. Cardi kept referencing Latto. She was like, you think I'm Latto? I think she said Megan, but it could be Nicki as well. I heard both. Anywho, doesn't matter. But she definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, mentioned Latto. Like, you think I'm Latto? I'm not called Latto a pussy ass and all this other stuff. So, and if the way Cardi kept referencing Latto, you would think that they were never cool. Because it's not like Cardi said it once. She said it several times, repeatedly. And I thought that was kind of strange. It's like, you and Latto, you've done several songs together. You've been in pictures together, done performances together. I would think y'all don't got to be besties, but I would think y'all would be on a good accord, right? So, after that phone call was leaked, I'm sure everybody heard it, including Latto. She didn't say anything publicly, but I'm sure she heard it. And this morning, Tuesday, obviously this phone call has gone viral overnight, literally an overnight sensation. And Cardi does, at least in this part, she's right. Cardi is woman enough to come out and apologize, which is cool. I'm glad she did that, because she didn't have to. She could have got whatever she had, with Ice Spice going on, and not bring Latto up, because that was really foul in my opinion. It wasn't necessary. A lot of money's being made. Anywho, Twitter engagements and social media content. Anywho, but it's like you didn't really need to bring Latto up in that issue you had with Ice Spice. You could have just kept it on Ice Spice and talking to Jimmy Henchman's son and Elliot or whoever, Elliot Grange. You could have just kept it on that. You could have just kept it on that and just left Latto out of that, because whatever Latto and Ice Spice had, which now they squashed, so now this really aged like milk. But it's like whatever issues they had, yeah, she was crashing out, being emotional, and now she caused herself some turmoil, backing herself into a corner she didn't need to be in. Anywho, lo and behold, I know Cardi apologized, which is the right thing to do. It's the least she could do. And she said, like, she's apologizing publicly, but she's going to privately buy Latto a bag as, like, a thank you, not a thank you, but, like, as a consolation gift of I'm sorry. Yeah, she is going to kiss Latto in makeup. So, or try. I think Latto will accept it, but emotionally, Latto does feel conflicted. I was gonna ask well, y'all already read the whole topic. Let me just get to it. Anywho, thank you, God. Thank you, spirit guides, for all knowledge and wisdom you bestow upon me. Thank you for the safety and protection you enshrine and shield upon me. Thank you for seeing this. Thank you for all out being detached, untouched, and unbothered, and unharmed. Thank you for all. For hidden transparent. Thanks you for all hidden truths now revealed. Hidden transparency. Thank you for all hidden truths now revealed Thank you for all hidden truths now revealed with full transparency and honesty. Okay. The question is, guys, what is the energy around Cardi B's and Latto's relationship now, since that phone call got leaked to the public? What is the energy of Latto and Cardi B's friendship? What becomes of their friendship? I think Latto, well, from how I'm getting it from Spirit, I think Latto will accept what Cardi is offering as like an I'm sorry. And I think she'll accept it, at least, on the face value, but there's going to be, I don't know, I feel like Latto may say it, or she may try to like kind of say it passively to Cardi, but it's like, I think Latto is a little bit emotional. Like, Latto's a little hurt by what Cardi said, because she thought they were cool, at least cool enough that she wouldn't get thrown under the bus, unknowingly and unexpectedly. And this does put a ding in Cardi's public reputation for being a girl's girl. That is also what Spirit is saying. Sneaky sugar thief of the night. Spirit, thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. What becomes of Cardi B and Latto's relationship? What becomes of Cardi B and Latto's relationship? I know y'all probably gonna ask me to do a reading on Nicki and Cardi B, but it's like, if I do that reading, something else gonna happen the next day, and I'm gonna have to come back and make that reading. It's like, I don't know what y'all want me to. I don't know what y'all would want me to read on with them. It's like, water is wet. They don't like each other. We get it. What becomes of Cardi B and Latto's relationship after this phone call leak? I can't see me, my bad. I'm trying to keep it focused on the cards, but so like y'all can also see what's going on, but like not. Can y'all see that? Okay, y'all can see that. Okay. Hierophant. Four of Swords. Damn, I want to see, but I can't. Okay, anywho. Y'all see it, basically. Okay. Yeah, that's good. we're gonna get to this in a minute. Okay, with these, the first two cards that came out of the deck was the Hierophant and Four of Swords. Cardi backed herself into a hole. Oh, sorry, backed herself into a corner. Excuse me. Yeah, Cardi kind of backed herself into a corner. In more than one way. Like, not only with this whole Cardi B, the whole situation with Nicki Minaj, because her energy's coming up right here, but I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But it's like she kind of backed herself into a corner where the walls are kind of closing in off of the words that she said. Things that were spoken of in private or semi-public or quasi-public, if you will, kind of coming back to bite her. Not in the most of negative ways, but where it's going to be a problem for her, like this whole Latto situation. She the only thing she could do is come out and apologize because that was unwarranted and unprovoked. And furthermore, this has a double meaning. The Strength card and the Empress. Well, too, this was off the heels and off the cuff of Nicki Minaj in the first Twitter war. Okay? Because if you watching, if you're watching Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, if you watching X at the time I am, y'all know it got nasty Tuesday night, September 30th. Like, y'all, like, tragic, okay? It got crazy. But this is coming off the heels of that with Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj is having the energy of the Empress of standing in her power. Like, I let you play on my time long enough. Today's the day. Do something. And so Nicki was down for the arguing today. It's very direct. They don't like each other. Slung even more mud at each other. So there's that. But also, this has a double entendre. No pun intended, but this has a double entendre. A lot of the Twitter fandoms in, how Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have been marked, or how they're perceived in the public, is that Cardi B is a girl's girl. She's more friendly. And Nicki has been perceived not to be. And both of these reputations that Nicki and Cardi both have, I think, precede them, and not for nothing is partly made up by their own actions. Let's be for real. They both have contributed to their own reputations. Nicki has done, I'm not getting into it, anywho, but both of their reputations are what they deserve overall. However, with Cardi being, perceived as the more girl's girl, more girl-friendly, personable type of figure in rap music and in rap culture, she works with Latto, she works with Fendi, the rapper, Glorilla, Megan. She's worked with a lot of these girls, which is great. But for people to perceive Cardi as the girl's girl, and for her to be talking shit about Latto when really her issue was just Ice Spice, it kind of puts a chink in that armor of that reputation. Yeah, it's caused people to walk back that claim of Cardi is such a girl's girl and this, that, because this puts her in a compromised position of, damn, So what else have you said about what else have you said about other female rappers and other people without, other female rappers without them knowing that you smile in pictures with and you do songs with? Now, in a way, it's like I can't say. Now it's kind of like, in a way, like Cardi got caught being slick at the mouth, in a way being mean and spiteful, and also, child, I ain't trying to put Nicki in this, but she is involved, as far as the energy around the whole situation. But it's kind of like, y'all can't call Nicki the mean person or the mean guy no more, and it's like Cardi talking shit about people she just put on her album. They just came out with the remix to the Time, literally days ago, and Latto was just bigging up Cardi, and with paparazzi on TMZ. So it's like, yeah, this ushers in a new problem for Cardi. Even mainstream, like a lot of the times I would notice the stuff that Cardi B does online, it wouldn't always make mainstream for some reason. But this one even made mainstream. Even the people that were defending Cardi B in the mainstream media, it made mainstream. And so with more people hearing that, it's kind of like, well, damn. It made a lot of people feel a lot of ways about how she went about it, with not even just with Latto, but just the whole Ice Spice threatening her over the phone type of phone call, the crashing out, not really wanting to listen, just screaming at the top of her lungs like a toddler. It just was a bad look, It does. She was trying to market herself as this like mother and this wholesome figure with a ratchet past. And I don't think Cardi B's wholesome. I do think she loves her family, but I don't think she's wholesome. But for those that are gullible enough to buy it, that's what she was pushing. And this puts a relative chink in the armor. Especially because Ice Spice got some heavy hitters behind her. I'm not saying that they're going to blackball Cardi, but I wouldn't be surprised if they withheld, projects for Cardi B, to potentially work with in the future. I wouldn't be surprised if people that work with Ice Spice and that are good with her in the industry don't want to work with Cardi in the future. Actually, I was right the first time I said it. Cardi B talked herself into a hole. Now her friendship with Latto, or whatever relationship she did have with Latto, is questioned. Questioned heavy. That friendship is questioned heavy right now. It's under heavy scrutiny. And then with the Future crash outs that happened, well, not Future, but the one that just happened, where kids got disparaged. And mind you, Cardi was hinting at kids even before tonight's crash, before tonight's war. Okay? But the kids being attacked. And don't she got a Walmart deal? How is this? Her management's going to be on the phone making sure endorsement deals aren't quietly or loudly pulled from her. And this is like the following business morning. So this is like, I'm doing this Tuesday night, so this is following morning. Ouch. Yeah. Those management or label I think it's more the management, but even if it is label, yeah, they're really trying to grease some palms to make sure people don't leave, because there could be, we may not see it, but there is like this made headline news for entertainment, and not saying it's more important than the government shutdown, because I will be doing a reading on that. Y'all stay tuned. But as far as Cardi B and some of the endorsements and business deals she's had, some of them may be in jeopardy. Sorry. King of Pentacles is giving big corporations, I'm spending money on a talent as an investment. Endorsements, brand partnerships, some of those could be walked back or have a strong possibility, at least a strong possibility, of being taken away from her, or maybe put on hold, like they're going to suspend the ad campaigns or something like that. Like DoorDash is going to suspend her promotion with them or something like that, at least until this dies down. I could see future endorsement deals, or the ones that she does end up keeping, they put Cardi under some very strict morality clauses, like no more getting into internet fights, no more getting into fights with people, no more wishing death on people, no more fighting, no more Nicki drama. If you want this endorsement, you will have to adhere to strict moral clauses, or there are no, or they will pull the plug, because it's like too much has happened and too much has been bypassed. And it's like, in a way, universally speaking, some things that Cardi has done have went overlooked. And the universe is saying some of those things that have been overlooked, like, crazy shit she said online, things she said in interviews that didn't go viral. Things like that could resurface. You know how, like, when old interview clips of old problematic interview clips of different celebrities resurface, even though it's always been out there, it just never got paid attention to. That has a strong potential to resurface now, if it hasn't already, where that could really give brands pause, like, damn, should we really be giving money to this girl and she got all this, coming out her mouth? And this is reflecting poorly, and people are tagging our brand and leaving comments. You know how, like, we boycotted and we was like really lighting it up with Disney when they pulled Jimmy Kimmel's show, and how that was bad for business, kind of like that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if music fans start lighting up Walmart and DoorDash, talking about, y'all not getting my business somewhere, y'all got Cardi B there, da 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 da. Like, they will start to reflect poorly with them partnering with her. It's kind of like old habits. She's like, Cardi's not learning from old habits, like old habits dying hard. And it's like, not only does she do this in business, or as far as her public image, but she's doing it in her relationships. Because what did Latto do to you? Your issue is with Ice Spice and whatever you had with her. But what did Latto do to you? You was just doing music with her 2 years ago. Even if this phone call came out just a few months ago, that still wouldn't be good, because y'all already been in public cool with each other. Like, that's so weird. Some industry, this ain't looking too good. This is not exactly what I'll reshuffle and ask about Latto, because I was actually looking for the relationship. I wasn't looking for, like, the end. Well, actually, this backlash is coming from the phone call, but okay. Some industry pull could be drawn away from her. or pulled. No, some industry pull can be, well, pulled back from her if there were like deals possibly down the pipeline to give to her. Those are being taken away. So you guys know my Emperor card is my big industry card, and a lot of industry push is going to be pulled back from her. There we go. Industry push is going to be pulled back from her. A consequence to the Ice Spice phone call. And people are not stupid. Obviously, Cardi or someone around Cardi recorded that phone call. So we're not even going to play that, the manager or Elliot. Because, no, the way it was showing, Elliot and James Roseman Jr., Ice Spice manager, they was over there. They were on the phone. We heard Cardi like in the room of that recording. So she recorded it or somebody around her recorded it. We're not playing semantics about that. So she recorded it. And anywho, something happened to where either she leaked it herself or people around her leaked it to kind of gag Ice Spice, and it didn't really work. It backfired on her. Child, Ice Spice is protected, but you ain't hear that from me. She really been out the way since that Cleopatra stuff. Anywho, enough of Ice Spice. Anyway, so the big industry is the entertainment industry, and with this Seven of Swords, I'm seeing this is just like things being taken away or things being halted. Also, as a consequence to Cardi being this phone call, I do see Atlantic Records or Warner Music doing some disciplinary actions or speaking with Cardi as far as like morality and how she represents the label and disciplinary stuff. Okay? I do think some disciplinary stuff could take place. I'm not saying we're going to know about it. It may come out, but I'm seeing like the label is going to take action against Cardi B to kind of not necessarily maybe punish her or penalize her in some sort of way. Yeah, this is coming down the pipeline very soon. They're going to be meeting in board meeting. They're going to be meeting in boardrooms, straightening this shit out with Cardi. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're representing our label horribly. All on this fuck shit and clown shit that you be on. I don't care if Warner Music copyrighted the phone call with Cardi B. She could still be disciplined or maybe have money taken away from her for future promo for other stuff as a punishment. Or yeah, this could affect her money bad. This could affect her money because this is unneeded, unnecessary controversy. One, why were you recording? Elliot didn't record it and James Roseman Jr. didn't record it. You did. And I feel like she's gonna act like and play stupid like she doesn't know. Well, I don't know what happened, but she does know what happened. It got recorded and it got out, and now this looks bad on the label. Yeah, she may point to the numbers like, hey, I did these numbers, I went number one, I did this, I topped the charts and all this other stuff, which is an accomplishment. Like 199,000 is a whole lot. Like, I don't know why that's a problem for Cardi, but she should enjoy it. But I don't know. But she really shot herself in the foot with this one. There was a hurt woman behind this fall. Well, behind this fallout, there was a hurt woman. And they feel like they're getting their karma. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, goodness. Thy will be done. That's correct. Guys, this is karma. Karma due to her past actions. Several actions of disrespectful antics, of crossing people and belittling people. This basically, okay, Spirit, are you saying this is universe's karma coming back to her? Oh, Spirit said the universe not even through with her yet. Oh, child. So I probably might have to come back and make another reading. Oh my God. Okay, so what we got right here is Ten of Swords. Hold on. Ten of Swords, Magician, the Justice card. And basically it's giving the energy of there's a lot of women. Oh, okay, that's what that is. Because I'm like, this Queen of Cups doesn't represent a person. Maybe it does, but it could represent a person, but it can also represent the Queen of Cups I'm talking about is like underneath here, y'all. But like, it could represent a person, but it could also represent collective energy of a lot of women that Cardi B has hurt. She's getting her just due. She's, hurt past hurts, past, afflictions of pain to others. What you put out is Magician next to the Justice card. What you put out is coming back to you. But it came back to you, Cardi. When I say you, it came back to you when you least expected it. You thought everybody was going to celebrate you with your album and stuff, and oh, I'm pregnant and I got an album, and you thought you couldn't be touched. You almost thought that. And it's like, well, the will is being done. I wonder if y'all remember earlier this year when Outside got leaked, and the girl, there was a girl that was, a black girl that came out and said like the Outside song was stolen from her. And I remember because I went and listened to the original song, and it was damn near identical, very identical. So I don't think Cardi herself did it, but whoever is on Cardi's team, they took her song, and then Cardi came back and just kind of laughed about it. That was a no-no, Cardi. The universe didn't favor that at all. So I say that to say, I wonder if that girl is a water sign. I don't know. I don't even remember her name, but the one who had the original Outside song, y'all can type it in the comment section below. But the one who had the original Outside song that, Cardi and her team allegedly, supposedly stole or at least plagiarized really good. I wonder if that girl is a water sign, or if that girl's ancestors. Okay, Spirit said that girl's ancestors is speaking up for her. And they saying Cardi gonna get hers. It's time. Oh shit, never mind. Okay, but also, I also kind of feel like this is a culmination of all the people that Cardi has crossed. Because Cardi talked real reckless on the internet to real life people, and relatively she remains unscathed. Now that there's that chink in her star power, there's that chink in her armor, she can't walk off as clean anymore. Especially now that, Ice Spice and, Latto and Nicki and JT Ben had a problem, but still JT, all these other women. Now that these are more notable people, now it's a little bit trickier to walk out of this and be like, oh, I'm just working. I'm Eight of Pentacles. I'm just working. I'm building my family. I got a baby on the way, which I think she having a boy. Congratulations, but I think she having a boy. But it's like she can't really do that whole little shindig of, oh, I'm working and I'm moving. No, you can't really do that because you've gotten away with a lot, and now it's time to pay. Now it's time to, so to speak, pay the piper. Both of these cups energies, even if you are pregnant, now your baby's gonna be safe, but you still gonna have to pay the piper in more than one way, like, not just physically. The fact that the Chariot and the Four of Pentacles are the last two cards in this deck, that's basically saying all that I need to know. Cardi, the universe ain't even through with you yet. Okay, that girl who Cardi stole that song from allegedly, I keep hearing Cardi gonna pay. Cardi's gonna pay. Cardi gonna pay. One way or the highway. I keep hearing that Cardi's gonna pay. Child. Cardi, you should have linked up with that girl. You linked up with people for less. You could have linked up with that girl and did a whole remix and deaded the situation. Child, hard head make a soft ass. Okay, thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Alright, I'm being advised to use a different... Well, I want to do some tarot cards. Okay, I'll do this. Spirit, tell me in 5 tarot cards what will become of Latto and Cardi B's relationship. Like, what's the outcome? What is gonna be Cardi B and Latto's relationship? Okay. All right, 5 tarot cards. Y'all can see me, right? Y'all see me, right? I think you do. Yeah, y'all see me. All right, well, first card that came out, High Priestess. The trust is broken, or at least fractured. Trust is fractured. It's going to be hard for Latto to look at Cardi the same again because they previously did have a good relationship. I'm not saying they're going to be in full out in the street brawling and fighting on Twitter like Nicki and Cardi. But they did have a good relationship. And I'm not saying that they never not going to speak again or never be cordial with each other. I think that will continue. I think Cardi and Latto will continue to be cordial. Obviously, they have songs together, so they made money together. I think all those things, considering those things will continue. But I think Latto, this lesson she'll kind of I don't know if Latto will ever say this publicly, but Latto was a Capricorn. So Queen of Pentacles, that's Earth sign energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. I think Latto has learned to not trust people so easily. I think this is kind of a painful either reminder and or lesson to Latto to not as easily trusting. I think when she gets around people, she can be so easily loving and trustful, especially of people in the industry. And this kind of was a painful reminder and lesson that maybe she shouldn't do that. I think she'll quietly start reevaluating relationships in her life and in her inner circle. Not that she doesn't have a good safety net. I think she does have some good people around her, but it's going to make her look at relationships differently. And it's because it's like, to my face, you were buddy, but it's like behind my back, you calling me a punk. But it's this Queen of Wands. This isn't about Nicki, but there is an air of this situation with this phone call that came out. There is a bit of an air of Nicki being on Nicki Minaj, obviously. Nicki being on her "I told you so" type energy. But it's like Cardi was real arrogant and bold behind the scenes and behind Latto's back. So that just veered its ugly head. And their relationship won't be the same. They can recover, but they will never be as close or as friendly as they once were ever again. And you're going to notice in the coming months and years if they choose to stay around that long in their music careers, you're going to notice they're going to start to drift apart. As far as you won't see them in pictures, you won't see them liking each other's stuff as much. It's kind of going to go, it'll go under the radar, but for those that are paying attention, y'all will see it, and it's kind of be like, oh, y'all not as close anymore since that phone call. It's going to be because of that. It's just like, they can't trust each other, but it's really Latto can't trust, well, Cardi. And Cardi did it to herself. Okay. Spirit wants me to use the other deck real fast. How much time I got? Okay, well, I've done longer readings. Anywho. Oops. Alright, let me get my other deck out. Anywho. Branch out, expand your reach further. Fierce approach to finance during moves. Success. Shining at work, great pay, promotion, invention. Spirit, give me the... Discern keeps coming up. Like discernment. I didn't even know this deck had any important any important messages for Latto or Cardi, or for Latto and Cardi's relationship. What is the message? Any other important messages? Okay, I asked for 3, but that's okay. I'll take them all. Helping hand, giving and getting support, reaching out, financial aid, donate, charity work, loan. Quick return, efforts are rewarded. Temp work, fast pace, physical, loan, interest, commission. Well, Latto could get a couple quick favors out of Cardi. Maybe a promotion, maybe a future video. I don't know. Outside of, Cardi buying Latto a bag. Which I presume is going to be a Birkin. But outside of that, I feel like Latto can pull a couple favors with Cardi B if she's good for it. Because she does owe her. Prospects. Securing your future, wise spending, speculation, acquire, compound, fund. Yep. With this alone, this violation of trust in more than one way, but especially the Latto, Cardi owes her some favors in response and as prospective favors. Yeah. Latto can run Cardi a couple favors. Yeah. That's what the energy of prospects is giving. It's like, and these can kind of turn around for her benefit. They can publicly put on for the cameras like, yo, we passed it. We talked, we squashed any misconceptions. And I do think definitely pay attention and look out in the future of them getting together and making a public appearance showing that all is well. Especially with this pyramid card, powerful people, especially when they have backings behind them that are wanting to keep this interest of them being cool, or the powerful people behind them that have a reserved interest in making sure they stay in the good graces and that they stay cool. Boss, CEO, owner, manager, influence, moving up scheme, labels, both of their labels have an interest in both of them being cool with each other because they have done relatively successful music together. I think Put It On the Floor Again went platinum. So domain, ruler of your empire, greatness, position of power, large home, respect, wealth. I think Latto is going to take a little bit control back of the narrative. She's not going to let Cardi B stir the narrative and kind of lead her down this, this path like a puppet. I think you're going to see Latto take a little bit more control of this narrative when she chooses to respond. And I think what her narrative is going to be is conquering the moment, not letting this get her down, being the ruler, being like, I'm the ruler of my empire. I don't care what nobody say about me. I run this shit. That's fair. I agree with that. Well. Yeah, so I think a part of conquering and taking back control of the situation where she got unfairly brought up, I think Latto is going to basically rise above the drama, rise above the fray, essentially. Okay. All right, Latto. Cardi. Cardi, you better look. You better make right with the universe for all the shit you done put out. That's all I'ma say. Shit. Whew. Ooh, this is a lot. This is so much. And I bet Wednesday it's gonna be some more shit. I bet. It's been day 1 and day 2. I bet some shit coming out day 3. I bet some shit coming out in the wash either tomorrow or just later in the week. But y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned for my government shutdown reading because I want to do one on that. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to put your questions or future video suggestions down in the comments down below so that I could give me some more ideas on stuff to read on. Like, just ask me some questions about different topics and different people. Just anything I want me to read on. Oh, and one more thing, I do need to make a little public service announcement. I did not ignore the request for the Rihanna and Chris Brown reading. I know you guys have requested that a lot. Thank you guys, by the way. It's just, I'm trying to figure out when to do it because every other time I'll be thinking about doing it, something new pops off with Chris or Rihanna. And obviously they not together no more, but it's like, Rihanna just had her baby. Congrats to baby Rocky. She's beautiful. It's just all this other stuff keep popping up. Chris just got that lawsuit cleared in the UK. Now he got another colorist scandal. It's just it's always something with either one of them, good or for bad, and it's just like I don't know when to. It's like double dutch. It's like, when the fuck do I jump in? It's like they both always got some shit going on with them, but that's just me, child. I'll get that reading done too, y'all. So don't worry, I'm still coming. Anyway, other than that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you learned something from it, and overall, thank you. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace out.